Skullcap medicinal uses, cultivation, and herbal preparations. Today we're diving into a fascinating herb that's been used for centuries in both Western and Eastern herbal traditions, skullcap. Whether you're into natural remedies, gardening, or just curious about herbal medicine, you're going to want to stick around for this one. Let's start with the basics. There are actually a few different kinds of skullcap, but the two that get the most attention are American skullcap, Scutellaria lateriflora, and Chinese skullcap, Scutellaria bicalensis. American skullcap is native to North America and is a staple in Western herbalism. Herbalists usually harvest the leaves and flowers, which are then made into teas and tinctures. They're loaded with calming nervine and antispasmodic properties. If you're dealing with anxiety, nervous tension, or even withdrawal symptoms, this is the species you'll most often see in tinctures and tea blends here in the West. On the other side of the world, we have Chinese skullcap, which is native to Asia and especially popular in traditional Chinese medicine. Here, it's all about the dried roots. You won't find Chinese skullcap in many teas, but you will see it as a key ingredient in herbal formulas for things like inflammation, respiratory infections, and a whole list of other conditions. The focus is really on root extracts rather than the leaves or flowers. So, what makes skullcap so special? For starters, it's famous for helping to reduce anxiety and promote a sense of calm. It's been used for ages as a nervine, an herb that soothes the nervous system. And modern research backs this up, showing that skullcap supplements can actually boost your mood and help reduce symptoms of anxiety, possibly by enhancing GABA activity in the brain. That's the same neurotransmitter targeted by many anti-anxiety meds. If you have trouble sleeping, skullcap might be your new best friend. It's used as a natural sedative and can help with insomnia and other sleep disorders. The best part? It helps you relax without leaving you groggy the next morning. But the benefits don't stop there. Both American and Chinese skullcap are packed with powerful flavonoids like bacalan and scutellarian. These have strong antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, which means they help protect your cells from oxidative stress, the kind that's linked to chronic diseases like cancer and heart disease. Some species, especially Scutellaria barbata, have even shown antibacterial and antiviral effects in lab studies. For example, extracts have been shown to fight off bacteria like Acinetobacter baumannii and may even help block certain viral infections. There's also some really promising research into skullcap's potential anti-cancer activity. Test tube and animal studies suggest that extracts rich in bacalan and bicallion can slow the growth of various cancer cells and even help those cells die off. While these findings are early, they're definitely exciting. Skullcap may also have neuroprotective properties, with some studies suggesting it could help protect against diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. And if you're dealing with withdrawal from drugs or alcohol, skullcap is sometimes used to soothe symptoms like muscle aches, shakiness, agitation, and poor sleep. Its calming and antispasmodic effects can really help with cravings and overall recovery. Women have also turned to skullcap to ease menstrual cramps and premenstrual tension, thanks to its ability to relax muscles and calm the nervous system. Animal studies suggest that compounds in skullcap could even support heart health by reducing damage from heart attacks. And that's not all. Skullcap has been used in traditional medicine to treat diarrhea, fever, respiratory infections, and high blood pressure, especially in Chinese herbal formulations. Alright, let's switch gears and talk about how you can grow skullcap yourself. Whether you're an experienced gardener or just starting out, skullcap is a hardy perennial that's as beautiful as it is useful. Those blue-purple flowers are a real showstopper. If you're starting from seed, here's a pro tip. Skullcap seeds love a taste of winter before they sprout. Pop them in a plastic bag with a little damp sand or vermiculite and stick them in the fridge for about a week. This process, called cold stratification, helps improve germination. After that, start your seeds indoors about 6 to 8 weeks before your last frost. Sow them in trays, just barely covering them, and keep the soil moist and warm. You should see little sprouts in about 2 weeks. Once the danger of frost has passed, move your seedlings outside. Harden them off first by gradually exposing them to outdoor conditions over a week. Plant them about a foot apart in moist, well-drained soil. Skullcap naturally grows in woodlands and along stream banks, so keep that soil consistently moist but not soggy. Most species love full sun to partial shade, but if you live in a hot climate, a bit of afternoon shade is best. Aim for a slightly acidic to neutral soil pH. Caring for skullcap is pretty straightforward. Keep the soil moist, especially when the plants are young. Mulch around the base to help retain moisture and keep weeds at bay, but don't let the mulch touch the stems. Skullcap doesn't need much fertilizer, and it's generally resistant to pests. When your skullcap is in full bloom, it's time to harvest. Snip the aerial parts, stems, leaves, and flowers, about 3 inches above the ground. These are perfect for teas, tinctures, or drying for later. If you're growing Chinese skullcap, you can harvest the roots after 3 or 4 years, usually in the fall, and dry them for use in traditional remedies. Now, let's talk about how you can actually use skullcap as an herbal remedy. There are several forms to choose from, depending on what works best for you. You can make a tea from the dried leaves and stems of American skullcap, which is perfect for calming and relaxation. Tinctures, a liquid extract made by soaking the fresh or dried aerial parts in alcohol, are great for more acute needs like anxiety or muscle tension. You'll also find skullcap in powdered form, made from either the leaves or the dried roots. Powders can be put into capsules or added to drinks for convenience. Capsules are super popular because they give you a standardized dose and are easy to take on the go. And of course, you can always buy or harvest dried skullcap herb to use in your own teas, infusions, or blends. If you're into traditional Chinese medicine, root extracts of Chinese skullcap are often used in more complex formulas or just as a standalone powder. So, whether you're sipping a soothing tea, taking a tincture, or growing your own patch of these beautiful blue flowers, skullcap is a fantastic and rewarding herb to have in your herbal toolkit. Thanks so much for watching. If you learned something new or you're inspired to try growing or using skullcap yourself, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know your questions or experiences in the comments below. See you next time for more herbal wisdom and gardening tips.